So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I speedrun Shopify stores just by using Claude, because this store in front of my screen right here that's been able to do at least $400,000 in revenue in the last 30 days was actually made entirely in Claude in just a few minutes. Now, the reason why I'm making today's video is to shine light on how fast and how easy it is to actually go ahead and build up a Shopify store, because I feel like too many people go ahead and actually overcomplicate the process, taking days to a few hours to build their first store. So that's exactly what I'll be showing you guys today, how I actually speedrun Shopify stores, from building the actual Shopify store to generating the logo, the copywriting, and even editing the store to my liking, all being built by just talking to Claude inside of his chat box. And the crazy thing is, this is actually the same exact strategy that I'm currently teaching my students right now. Students that have done 20K in a single day before, 16K in a single day before, as well as 17K in a single day before. And the reason why my students have been able to hit such high revenues in such a short amount of time, for example, 0 to 16K in just 5 days, is because number one, they had my help one-on-one, but number two, they also had access to AI tools to help them hit these high numbers without them having to do the actual work. So for example, we have an AI product research automation that pretty much finds winning products 24/7 and puts them into a Google Sheet. And now obviously not every single product on here is going to be a winning product. That's why we have an AI product validator automation that also runs 24/7 to make sure to go ahead and check out which products are actually validated and which products are actually winners, so my students are not wasting money testing unvalidated and unwinning products. And after they get the winning product, guess what? We have our AI ad cloner automation that pretty much scrapes and pretty much copies and clones their competitors' top ads so they can actually go ahead and run it for themselves. And once they do have those winning ads, guess what? We even have an AI creative strategist automation that helps them make iterations and variations of their winning ads. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, as well get access to all these AI tools to help you accelerate or even start your dropshipping stores, make sure to hit the first link down below. So in front of my screen right here, we have a very successful branded Shopify store called Mellow. And pretty much all Mellow does is they go ahead and actually take a regular product and they build entire branded stores around them with really good looking images like this right here, super good copywriting, super branded, and it makes like you're actually buying from a real brand, and it makes it seem like you're buying a really premium product. Now, the reason why this works is because their website looks super legit, it's super branded, all their copywriting makes sense for their avatar, and overall it just seems like a legit brand when you're buying from a website that looks like this. And this is actually not their only product. If you click shop now right here, you can see that they've done this to a lot of different products in the bedding or sleeping niche, as you can see. But obviously today we're going to go ahead and just focus on their main products. But that's what they do. They choose a regular looking product and they brand the hell out of it, and all of a sudden it looks like a super legit Shopify store. Now the crazy part is, in order for you guys or this person right here to actually build the store, it probably took them hours, if not days or weeks, to build a good looking store like this. And the crazy part is, I'm about to show you guys exactly how I can go ahead and speedrun this store in just a few minutes. Now, first things first, in order for Claude to actually have the skill to be able to actually speedrun and clone Shopify stores, we're going to go to this store right here called Clone Store. There should be a link down below, but all you got to do is scroll down here and pretty much just copy this right here in order to go ahead and actually paste it into Claude so Claude can actually learn how to go ahead and copy stores. Once you copy that, you want to go into Claude right here and go into your settings. They should be in the bottom left. But once you do that, you want to click connectors right here. You want to click add. You want to click add custom connector. The name, I'm going to name it Clone Store right here. And for the URL, just go ahead and paste exactly what you copied. And there you go, click add right here. And once you click add, it should say go ahead to click connect. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And once you do that, you're gonna be prompted to go ahead and actually log in. If you don't have an account, you can actually go ahead and sign up right here. And once you signed up and you actually log in, I'm gonna go ahead and click accept right here. And once you're done with that, you should be connected, but there's a few things I gotta do. Is you wanna make sure needs approval goes to always allowed. So it can pretty much figure it out for you. You don't have to sit here and click allow. Standing right here, click always allow. And that's pretty much it. Once you're done with that, click X out of this. And this is actually how simple it could be. You ready? We're gonna go to our competitor's site. We're gonna go ahead and copy their URL right here. We're gonna go back into Claude. Now remember, Claude is now connected to Clone Store. So it's gonna know exactly how to actually go ahead and clone somebody's store. And like I said, all you gotta do is paste the link in right here and put a really easy prompt such as, I want to build this store. and then go ahead and click enter. All right, there you go. Now that Claude has actually scraped the entire website, it's gonna go ahead and ask us some questions. So for example, the brand name for your version, I can choose any of these or I'll type my own. I like a REST form, that's pretty cool. Template, I'm gonna go ahead and choose sleep because this is a sleep product. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose the sleep templates. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do use their scrape photos for now. And then let's go ahead and see how Claude can actually build us an entire website in just a few minutes. All right, there you go. In just 2 minutes, we now have an entire website right here. As you can see, it's called a REST form, exactly what I said. And scrolling down here, it pretty much made us an entire website. Images, copywriting, the color, the sections, everything is now done exactly. That's it. I can pretty much launch just like this. And it's actually the crazy part. And you can scroll down right here. You can see every single section filled out. And it's pretty much done all within Claude. Now, remember, it's not 100% Claude that's doing this. It's borrowing a skill from clone.store. So you do need Clone Store connected. And if you want to do that, just go back to the beginning of the video. But it's not able to do this without actually Clone Store. And you can see this entire thing right here. Click open full preview, open the link, and boom. You can see we have an entire website in just 2 minutes with Clone Store and Claude combined. And the crazy thing is, it's pretty much ready to launch right now. So all I gotta do is go back to Claude right here and write, I want to publish this store. All right, as you can see, I actually don't even have a Shopify store connected yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this link right here. And pretty much all it's gonna do is actually give me Shopify for $1 a month. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Put in my email right here. And then you go ahead and add your credit card information in right here. Obviously you start for free and you stay for $1 for the next 3 months. So like I said, if you don't already have a Shopify store, or even if you do, just go ahead and take advantage of this deal while it's still here. And once you put your credit card information in, I'm gonna go ahead and click try basic right here. We don't need the extra plans for now. I'm gonna go ahead and click not now for this. And once you're done with that, go ahead and skip this right here as well. But once you're done with that, you want to copy the URL on the top of your screen right here, go back into here, and pretty much just tell Claude, this is my Shopify store, and paste in your URL. And there you go. Claude's already working on adding the store. And I think we're pretty much done right after this. I don't know how quick this video was for a speed run, but yeah, that's pretty much how I make stores and speed run them on Claude. And you can literally do this while you are on the toilet, on your phone, just talking to Claude. You could be at Walmart doing groceries, just saying, hey, Claude, build this store for me. AI now is actually insane. All right, there you go. The store is now found. But before we actually go ahead and publish it, I need to go ahead and actually finish connecting the app. So go ahead and click the link right here. Go ahead and click install right here. And then go ahead and click approve right here. You do have a 3-day free trial. Go ahead and click approve. And then go ahead and click confirm right here. And now that that's done, go back into Claude. And then go ahead and just say, I approved it. It's done. All right, as you can see right here, Claude told me that it's now built. There's a new theme in my store with the REST form align pillow set as the main product, which is kind of crazy because all I did today was just talk to Claude right here. As you can see, scroll all the way up. All I did was send 1, 2, 3, 4 prompts, and we have an entire working store now. By the way, for this specific step, it did take around like 8 to 10 minutes. So it did take a long time. So if you're in this step and you think that Claude like bugged out or like something's not working, just let it run its course. And within 10 minutes, it should be all fine. It's kind of crazy now that I'm complaining about 10 minutes, where somebody that has to create a store that looks like this, for example, would have to spend hours and hours and hours, maybe even weeks to design a store. But now I'm complaining about 10 minutes because that's honestly how well AI has been to execute on a store like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a store now, and most people here actually think, wow, we have a store, it's time to publish, and let's actually start getting sales. But you actually need one more thing, and that is a domain name. So a lot of people think that once they have the store, it's ready, but you actually need a domain name, or else it's gonna end up something like x08skp-vv.myshopify.com, which is unprofessional, confusing, and honestly just hard for any new customers to remember. So instead, we want a better domain name that's short and simple, such as restform.store. And unlike .com, .store is meant specifically for selling online. And research actually shows that stores on a .store domain actually gets more clicks to your site, which means more sales. And I personally use .store domains for that reason alone, but so many other people like Mr. Beast, Emirates, Lando Norris, and Rihanna, and so many others trust and use .store domains. Funny thing is, Mr. Beast actually switched from a .com domain to a .store domain because it helps him stand out more as an online store. So you can actually grab this awesome deal from anywhere, Shopify, Namecheap, GoDaddy. But if you want to get it right now, they're running a special offer for you guys, my viewers, and you go ahead and get your domain name for just 99 cents for the first year. All you gotta do is head to the link in the description down below and use my promo code AndrewStore to get your domain name for just 99 cents for your first year. All right, once you're ready to buy a domain name, go ahead and click the link down below to get to this page right here and put in the brand URL that you want. For us, I'm gonna put restform.store, super short and easy to remember, as well as super professional. And then go ahead and click add right here. I know it says $29 for now, but since you guys are my viewers, I have a special coupon code called Andrew Store. And then go ahead and click apply right here. As you can see right here, it is exclusive for Andrew's audience and it's just 99 cents for your first year. Now, if you want to go ahead and add the privacy protection add-on, you definitely can. But for us, I'm going to go ahead and click place order to get our first domain name for just 99 cents for the first year. All right, and once you buy a domain name and you're logged into .store domains dashboard, all you really want to do is click quick connect right here. Choose the domain name that you want to select and then go ahead and click choose Shopify and then go ahead and click connect and go through all the instructions. It should be pretty simple. And after that, you now have a domain name for your Shopify store. By the way, if you've ever watched my videos and had a question for me but didn't know where to reach me, guess what? I have a way for you to do that. Just join my private Discord down below. It's called Prime, but inside of Prime, I actually answer questions daily, so no question ever gets unanswered. I also have weekly trainings as well where I talk about various topics like product research, drop shipping, productivity maxing, making better creatives, things like that. So if you ever want to get weekly trained by me, that's the place to do it. And inside of Discord, I even have case studies showing you exactly how I scaled a store from 0 to 170K. I show you my website, I show you my ads, I show you where the product was found. I even show you the ads manager, exactly me scaling from 0 all the way to 170K. And going down here, I even scale your ads for you. So if you've ever launched ads before and have no idea what to do the next day, guess what? I can actually go ahead and scale your ads for you exactly how I scale mine. And other than that, you're joining an active community chat where everyone there is focused on dropshipping and e-commerce and making better ads and better websites and everything dropshipping related. I definitely know this journey can be a little bit lonely, so you're joining an active community where everyone here has the same mindset and the same goal. Like I said, if you want to talk to me every single day, as well as join my weekly trainings, as well as learn from my case studies and join an active community, just go to the link down below to join my private Discord. It's called Prime, and I'll see you guys inside. All right, now here's the fun part. Once you add your domain and connect your domain to your Shopify store, now all you really have to do is pretty much edit the store to your liking. And the funny part is, I'm not talking about editing it on Shopify manually by clicking this and changing the name or changing every single copywriting. For example, if you wanted to change all the copywriting in the store, we can actually do that. And we can actually have Claude go ahead and research different kinds of angles we can hit to change the entire copywriting of the store. So for example, if you go on Claude right here, I have a prompt right here. I said, I want to research more about this product and other angles we can try hitting. I'm going to go ahead and click try again. And now Claude is going to go ahead and do all the research and figure out all the different kind of angles we can hit. And once you see an angle that we like, guess what? We can actually tell Claude to actually rewrite the entire website with that specific angle. It's kind of cool seeing Claude think right now. As you can see, he's doing like research on Reddit. He's doing like a bunch of article research, numb arms after sleeping on your side. Like it's doing a bunch of research for us. And back then, I used to do all the research. I used to be the one in Walmart and Reddit and Facebook posts and blog posts figuring out, what other angles can I hit for this product? But now we don't have to because Claude's going to do all the work for us. And once it figures out the research and gives us a list of angles we can hit, once we choose another angle, it's going to figure out exactly how to replace all of that in our Shopify store. All right, right here, we have a few angles. We have the numb arm angle, we have the side sleeper angle, and we have the chiropractor. We have the, a bunch of tech neck, for example, the couple angle. You can choose whatever angle you want based off of its research. You can even dive more deeper into it. Obviously, for today's tutorial's sake, I'm just going to choose the angle that I like. For example, I do like the numb arm angle because I personally get numb arms every single night that I sleep. I wake up like 2 or 3 times a night. So I actually like the angle personally myself. So I'm going to go ahead and actually tell it to go ahead and rewrite my entire store with the numb arm angle. I'm also going to go ahead and change the copywriting a little bit. So for example, rewrite it in a witty and humorous way. Go ahead and click send right here. And the cool thing is if I scroll all the way up right here, I can actually choose to look at the preview link right here. So click this preview link, open the link, and I can actually see it doing it live. So for example, it's still the exact same as what I added to the store, but I'm gonna wait a few minutes for it to do some research, and then I can actually see it live where it's gonna go ahead and replace all the copywriting in my entire store. And it looks pretty cool. It feels like somebody else is doing my work for me, and I'm just like watching over them to see what they're doing and what they're changing. And yeah, once that happens, I'll get to go ahead and show you guys. But right now, Claude is still trying to figure out and strategizing what witty product descriptions. And yeah, this is pretty sick. All right, there we go. Reading's all done. It's gonna go ahead and rewrite all 10 sections plus the product description. So I'll go back to the preview right here and see if it does anything cool. And as we're waiting, I want you guys to actually read some of these stuff right here, like quality construction, frequently asked questions. The copywriting right now is really basic. As you can see, expertly engineered, designed for alignment. It's just some regular schmegler copywriting. And I can't blame them because obviously we actually scraped a competitor's landing page, which has generic copywriting. But I want to see how I can change the copywriting to be more witty and more humorous, because that's the actual brand style that I want to go for. And I feel like it fits the brand style a lot more like that. All right, it's doing something, it's editing it, it's going crazy. You guys see the top right here? It's making all these changes. If I scroll down, look, as you can see, it changed the text where your arm is supposed to go while your arm keeps dying. Like, it's actually making some very funny, humorous jokes and making it super witty while hitting a completely different angle. As you can see right here, I actually just updated the entire website now. The boring but the important bits. The copywriting is completely different now, and the angle is completely different. It's talking specifically for people that have dead arms during the middle of the night. The 3 a.m. arm shake, retired. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, it changed all of that in just a few minutes. Like, I didn't have to do anything. Like, I just sat here and waited for it to go ahead and make its changes, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, this is hilarious. Your arm is not broken. It is just being sat on. 3 a.m. pins and needles canceled. It literally feels like that at 3 a.m. when I wake up sometimes. My entire arm feels like there's pins and needles. So this copywriting is super in-depth, and it actually makes sense for somebody that wants to fix their numb arm and actually relates to these people, right? So that's exactly what we want. So we go back to Claude right here. It's still actually updating, but once it's done, I will show you guys the final results. And even after that, there's a bunch of things we can do. For example, if I go back to the preview right here and scroll all the way down, I actually don't like this section right here because I don't have more than one product, whereas the original competitor that we have, for example, you scroll all the way down, they have more than one product, like the Flex Pillow, the Adapt Pillow, and the Hollow Pillow. I don't have any of that, so I want Claude to actually remove the entire section for me, and let's see if I can actually go ahead and do that through the chats itself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm waiting for it to finish, but the copywriting is actually really good. So for example, right here, it says that, why does my arm go numb when I sleep on my side? And it says, because you tucked it under your head and your head weighs roughly as much as a bowling ball. Like, that's such a perfect explanation on why, and that would actually make me actually buy a product like this to fix my numb arm, because it solves that issue. Like I said, I would never be able to come up with something like this myself, and even if I did, it would take me a few, like at least 30 minutes copying and pasting from AI, but it literally did it with me in just a few minutes. You guys saw it live. It literally took control of the entire page and just changed all the copywriting and changed the angle as well. So yeah, this is kind of funny that all the copywriting here actually makes sense, and it's super witty and it's super humorous, and I kind of like that for the brand. It makes it seem super unique, where majority of brands of copywriters are super, research based and like super serious. Nope, this is actually just honestly making fun of the situation, but also offering a solution to your issue. All right. It is done rewriting everything. It gave me a new preview. Obviously, I already saw it because I had the preview on the other tab, but yeah, everything looks pretty good. Like I said, all the angles are good. The copywriting is hilarious. Everything is super good. And the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is actually delete the section. So I have a section down here that I don't like. So for example, I'm going to say I want to remove the section right before the footer, and go ahead and click send right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and stay in the preview page and watch it live, and it's gone. All right, I could have did it myself, I'm not going to lie, but I just wanted to see if AI could do it for me, and it could. And while we're here, I do want to remove this section. I don't know if I want to remove it, but I like having the FAQ as the last section, because it's the thing that everyone looks at the bottom before they decide whether or not they want to buy this product. I feel like this section goes somewhere else instead. So going back into Claude, I'm gonna go ahead and write, I want to move the last section now to somewhere that it makes sense. Now, obviously, I'm gonna wait for it to finish its job right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and send this one right here. All right, it's gonna relocate the last section to somewhere that makes sense. So I'm gonna look at the preview page once again to see where it's gonna bring it. And yeah, let's go ahead and see. I personally think while it's trying to figure it out, I personally think maybe right after the product page right here would make sense because it's kind of like a case study in the sample size. It's kind of like numbers based. So I kind of want to see that first, but I kind of want to see where Claude puts, oh, it's moving it, it's editing layout, it's updated. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. It's a bunch of things happening in the top right, but let's just see what happens after it's all said and done. All right, it moved it right above the FAQ. Not what I expected, but that's fine. If I really wanted to move it to the top, I could just say, hey, move it to the top, obviously. But I want to see what's the explanation on why it moved it right in front of the FAQ. And I want to see, I mean, it doesn't look that bad, honestly, but I kind of want an explanation for it. So I'm going to ask him for an explanation. All right, here is the reasoning for it. It says that I'm placing a stats block right before the FAQ. That keeps the proof stacked before objection handling, and the sticky cart handles the final CTA anyways. Oh, I guess that's a good reason. I'm not going to go ahead and argue with it. Like I said, if I really wanted to move this all the way to the top right after the product page, I guess I could and prompt it like that, but I'm not going to do that. But it's cool to know that it can actually think for itself and help you if you don't actually know where to put certain sections. All right, now I want to play with the capabilities a little bit more. So for example, for this section right here, it's more of a before and after section, but I don't want it as a before and after anymore. I kind of want it like a features section. So I kind of want to go ahead and ask Claude to do that. I want to replace the before and after section and replace it with a featured section instead. I want to see what it's going to do. All right, it is changing the section now. By the way, if you're watching this video, obviously, I'm going to show you all the use cases that AI can actually help you with the website. Obviously, you don't have to change every single section if you don't want to. Majority of people, I feel like the base version of the template would have worked out just fine for them. It's just showing off the capabilities of AI and pretty much showing you exactly what it could do. Like right now, it's making a completely different section for me. Obviously, it's not done yet, but it's making a completely different section for me. That is actually insane. All I wanted to do was change the section from a before and after to a section to a feature section, and it's changing it. Look, it's changing it right in front of me right now, which is actually insane. So it's no longer before and after. It's a feature section, and it kind of split it into two, which is kind of cool. But like I was saying, whatever you want to do for your store, you want to change the color, you want to change the copywriting, if you want to remove all the sections, it's completely up to you. You can tell AI to do it. You no longer have to do the manual work for it. And that's kind of what I'm showing off. I'm kind of showing off all the capabilities, the copywriting, deleting a section, moving a section, changing an entire section. Like I'm showing you guys the capabilities, what AI can actually do for you. And yeah, this is still being worked on, but it's actually insane that we no longer have a before and after section, but we have a features section. All right, it is pretty much now done. A crazy part is a lot of these images, a lot of people are not going to want to use because obviously it's their competitors' images. We can actually change all the images and rebrand all the images to our own brand. And all you got to do is actually tell AI to do so. So for example, I'm going to say, create the preview again with all AI images. Go ahead and click enter right here. By the way, if you're wondering why does it say that Claude's response is interrupted, honestly, after the job finishes on my end, I'm like, whatever, you don't have to keep thinking. The thing with Claude is that it's so smart that it keeps looping and keep thinking and making changes. If the changes are cool, I don't want to wait any longer, so I just press end. I'm not sure if that's going to mess anything up, but it's been working so far. So example for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and click end because I already added a picture for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and click end right here and then try again for create the preview again with all AI images. Go ahead and click send right here. All right, it is now done regenerating all the images for us. And as you can see, I chose a format of lifestyle UGC. It's a little bit different, or not a little bit, a lot different from our competitors' photos because theirs is more bubbly and whatnot. We can see the preview right here. This is their brand style. If I wanted to go ahead and actually copy their brand style, I'll just prompt the AI like, yeah, choose the exact same style, just change the words, change the actors, change everything. But obviously for the sake of tutorial, I want to show you that I can actually regenerate an entirely different style whatsoever. As you can see right here, it did exactly that right here with this guy, lifestyle UGC. Scrolling down right here, you can see all these photos are all lifestyle UGC photos. And yeah, it still kind of has some infographics for us. And the cool thing is that it no longer uses any of our competitors' photos. So we're good to go for the launch right here. Even scrolling down here, all these pictures right here are now 100% generated by AI. Now, there are some pictures that are not 100% like good looking. So for example, this right here, the only reference photo that the AI has is this reference photo on the top view down. So if I wanted a way more accurate, AI generation, I had to give it reference photos at the top, the bottom, the sides. But even then, this is pretty good considering that this is not a normal shape for AI to go ahead and replicate, and they only had the top down. So I had to hallucinate a little bit on what the sides look like. But if I want to go ahead and change that, I definitely can go ahead and regenerate this specific image from this section on MCP as well. But just showing off what can actually happen during MCP. Like this person right here does not exist. This pillow doesn't exist. It's all AI generated right here. And it replaced our entire page with AI generated photos. So we're no longer using our competitors' photos. All right, that's it. I pretty much made all the changes that I wanted to make. And I just said, hey, can you publish this to my store? As you can see right here, it is now published. And yeah, all I did today was pretty much talk to AI. I didn't do any manual labor besides maybe connecting my domain name, but that's pretty much it. All the changes I wanted to do, the color, for example, I changed the entire website to purple right here. And I didn't go manually one by one and change all the sections to purple. No, I just told Claude, hey, I want, the website to be purple. And I figured out what things to change to purple and what things to leave black. So for example, right here, my arm stopped clocking out. They left it as black. If you go right here, this is technically purple, but it's a lighter shade of purple so you can actually read the text. If I was the one changing all the colors in the website, I would definitely have made this a deep, like dark purple, and you can't even read the text anymore. And the better thing is I didn't do the actual work of making it purple. AI did. It took like 2 minutes and the entire website just changed to purple with all the context. For example, scrolling down here as well, like you can tell like all of these things right here actually make sense. It didn't go ahead and highlight the entire background purple. It left the background still like a grayish accent so you can still read the text right here. But yeah, that's what we came up with. Now, I'm not saying this perfect whatsoever. There are some things that I would change. So for example, I would probably add in more reference photos than just a product from the top down, because right now AI trying to hallucinate how does the size look like and how does, the bottom look like, all these different angles. It doesn't have that many angles. It has the top down and that's it. So if I were to regenerate something, so for example, I would regenerate this photo right here. And yeah, I'll just go back to Claude and say, hey, the second image in this specific section, can you regenerate it without this huge gaping hole right here? You know what I mean? So a lot of things I would change, but like I said, today's tutorial is just showing you guys how you can speed run just by using Claude. Like today, all I did was talk to Claude for a few minutes and we have a fully functioning published website, which I will show you right now. Oh, I actually completely forgot to mention, they even did the homepage for us as well. This image right here was regenerated. Stop waking up like a confused lobster. As you guys know, lobster with the claws, the dead arm, whatever. The copyright is actually insane right here. But yeah, this is the homepage. Not too shabby, but we're more interested in the product page. And the funny thing is, if you wanted to change something manually, you still could. Like no one's stopping you from doing that, right? So for example, if I wanted to change the text right here, I definitely could. If I want to go ahead and change, this image right here to change something else, I definitely could. So for example, change this, select from library. I can even choose my competitor's image if I wanted to, but for example, this is another image and go ahead and do, boom, done. Yeah, you could change it manually or you would change it with AI, completely up to you. But yeah, we didn't really do much today besides connect the domain. That was like the only thing like manual we had to do. And the last two things you have to do is actually add your payment and actually publish your store. So we're going to do that right now. All right. So the last two things you have to do. Number one is pretty easy. Just go to settings right here, go into payments, go ahead and click complete setup right here. So Shopify knows where to pay you, what bank account to pay you once you start getting customers. That's the first thing you got to do. And once you finish that, the last thing you have to do is make sure you go into online store right here. Make sure you click this, click remove password. Boom. Your online store is now open to everyone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we had to do today. We built that in a few minutes talking to Claude. You could have been literally chilling in your bed on your phone with Claude open and typing out everything you wanted. And you still would have had the same exact results as I did. And yeah, this is how I go ahead and speed run 400K at one Shopify stores strictly by using Claude itself. All right. Here are the final results for today's speed run that literally just took us a few minutes. Now, if you didn't watch today's video and just skipped all the way to the end to see the results, hopefully this is enough to convince you to watch the entire video, because all we did today, by the way, was just talk to Claude. Like all I did was, hey, Claude, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you delete this section? Can you move this section? Can you change the words? all these images right here, every single image was generated by Claude. I know a bunch of people right now that are building stores that are still manually going nano banana and like regenerating the image and then moving it over to Shopify. No, today I literally said, hey Claude, can you regenerate all the images on my website? And it just did it. Like it took a few minutes, but it just did it. I didn't have to do any manual labor. And what other things did we change? Well, we changed the copywriting. As you can see, the original copywriting was more for like generic purposes to help people sleep, side sleepers, back sleepers, whatever. We changed the angle to more of a dead arm syndrome during the middle of the night. So for example, someone like me, I wake up 2 to 3 times a night because my arm is literally like numb from sleeping on it. And you're probably wondering, oh, how'd you get that angle, Andrew? Well, I just asked Claude. I was like, hey, Claude, can you go ahead and do some research on what this product is and what other angles could it hit? It searched Walmart, it searched Reddit, it searched blog posts, and it came up with like 5 to 10 angles. And I chose the top one, which was dead arm syndrome, because that's actually what I deal with. If I had a pillow that would not wake me up, 2 times a night, 3 times a night because my arm is numb, I would actually buy that pillow. But another thing I went ahead and did was actually change the copyright to be more funny and more witty. As you can see right here, my arm has stopped clocking out. 3 a.m. pins and needles canceled. Your arm is not broken. It is just being sat on. Like it's like funny, like I changed the entire copywriting. And, AI did all of that. They did the research on what copywriting makes sense without actually like breaking conversion rates and all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Even small things like changing the color of the website. I didn't have to go to every single section and change the color to purple. For example, even this right here, you can see there's light purple so you can actually read the text. Like all these things are being considered because it's being used by Claude. If it was a human doing this, I would have made this box, dark purple and you can't read the text. And I got to go back and change it. For example, these boxes right here are, light purple and all that stuff. But yeah, we built this entire store just by talking to Claude. Like the original version of this store, if you guys didn't watch the video, we literally had a section down here that I didn't like. I just told Claude, delete it. It deleted in like 1 second, gone. This section right here was actually below the FAQ. I told Claude, hey, put it wherever you like that makes sense. And it figured out that it makes sense right here, right before they actually go to the FAQ because it's a good positioning or whatever it said. I don't know. Like I said, AI is smarter than me. And like I said, I didn't really have a place to put it anyways. I kind of told it to, hey, put it wherever you want. And yeah, these are the results. And these are the results after just a few minutes of talking to AI. Obviously, if I wanted to perfect the website, I definitely could add some more sections. I could go ahead and regenerate some more photos, all that good stuff. But this is just the results of me talking to Claude for a few minutes. It's actually insane. And we speed ran this store. And stores like this can still do revenue of 100K per month to 400K per month because it's exactly what I did to go ahead and generate that store in the beginning of the video to do 400K in a single month. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the results. By the way, if you want to work with me one-on-one, like my students right here that have done $1.75 million in revenue, 40K in a single day, as well as 85K in a single day, just go to the first link down below to book a call with me. And if you're not ready to take the leap yet, but you want to stay in touch, make sure to join my free Telegram down below as well. And yeah, if you want to go ahead and actually launch the speedrunning store that you learned today, how to speedrun, and you want to go ahead and make ads, check out this video right here. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.